Thanks for checking out GuitarTricks.com recently. We're running a special right now that's really cool. This is the best time to join Guitar Tricks. For a short time when you sign up, you'll get an awesome discount on an annual subscription when you use code ONLY99. It's one of the best deals we ever offer on membership, but you gotta be quick. Click the
out to about 5 meters, give you a much more detailed view of the world, for the terrain that's nearby.
That may be weaving in and out as they're conducting their tactical operation. That's day and night.
What's that thing? This is the shoe tracker. What it does is basically every time you step down, it pretty much like basically drops a breadcrumb for the robot to follow.
Okay, you guys have to move off to the side of it. Make sure you maintain a 6-feet bubble.
China International Services Trade Fair, CIF-TIS 2020, was this year's first major event in China since the beginning of the pandemic. And the real sensation was the robot trade fairgrounds. Service, medical, and warehouse robots, humanoid robots, and robotic animals. See the most complete overview of incredible robots from the exhibition in China in one issue. CanBot brought to the exhibition Zaiyu, a robot cooker who is trained to cook according to the traditions of 8 large cooking schools in China and is able to cook more than 3,000 dishes. However, it's clear from the demonstration that all the ingredients are added manually by a person, which makes the robot look like a large multi-culinary machine. The robot barista from Orion Star Technology looks more interesting. The company is demonstration that all the ingredients are added manually by a person, which makes the robot look like a large multi-culinary machine. The robot barista from Orion Star Technology looks more interesting. The company has already deployed over 10,000 of its smart robots to serve people all over China. The intelligent barista is able to cook not only standard Americano and cappuccinos, but is also able to reproduce various authors' recipes such as syrups and other additives. Qualcomm's barista robot is based on industrial manipulators and is geared to preparing only standard coffee products, but it can draw figures on foam and make up to 1,000 cups of coffee a day without getting tired or losing quality. The real extravaganza at the exhibition was made by the 4-legged and 6-legged robots. Thus, a robot with 6 legs, created by the researchers from the Shanghai Jiaotong University, carried 20 kilograms or 44.1 pounds of water during the demonstration of the fair. The engineers claimed that the 6 legs allow the robot to lift more weight and be more stable on difficult terrain when transporting cargo. Soft, round nozzles at the end of each leg not only reduce vibration, but also allow the robot to not do any damage to the floors. The maximum load for a robot designed to work in a difficult and dangerous situation is 25 kilograms or 55 pounds. The second 6-legged robot, introduced by the university, is capable of carrying a person or loads of up to 120 kilograms or 264 pounds. Unitree Robotics inflamed the audience with their robot at the exhibition. The company brought to the exhibition its best robots, agile and affordable robot AI-1, which was recently learned not only to do flips, but also dance to music. And also the heavier, more expensive, and more advanced robot, Lycago. Deep Robotics also brought its 4-legged robots. The robot Joying Pro still looks like the most unpromising copy of Spot from Boston Dynamics, but still has LiDARs, depth cameras, and GPS, 7 types of gait, and strong limbs with high torque joints. The robot is able to map its surroundings, move independently, and bypass obstacles. UB Tech Company has brought 3 of its best robots at once. The most famous of them being the home and office humanoid robot Walker. The robot is also able to balance and independently. Built-in sensors and 36 special mechanisms help it to walk around quickly and smoothly. The method of simultaneous localization and SLAM mapping allows the robot to bypass obstacles as well as move on uneven surfaces and slopes. Walker is able to capture various objects as well as recognize faces with machine vision. The second robot of the company is Alpha Mini. The portable robot is able to communicate, recognize faces, illustrated books, and objects. With 14 servo motors, this allows the robot to move smoothly, dance, do kung fu, and get up even if it falls. The Cloud Intelligence Service robot, Cruiser, from UB Tech, worked actively during this pandemic, meeting and informing visitors in the medical facility. The robot's able to create a map of the area and move around autonomously, avoiding obstacles. This robot can recognize faces with an accuracy of 98% and can guess the gender and age of people it interacts with. Cruiser has a U-meeting video calling, which allows it to conduct video conferences and serve customers in video mode. It also has the ability to collect, analyze, and store large amounts of data. Another robot administrator at the exhibition had a completely humanoid-looking robot that had the voice of anime characters. Zinsong brought to the exhibition smart robotic equipment for rehabilitation. The company demonstrated the capabilities of smart beds and exoskeletons on a teddy bear. But there was a massage robot, and it showed its capabilities on a person. But at this point, we're not clear if the test subject experienced relaxation or horror. The Canbot company, which showed the robot cooker, distinguished itself with another very unusual invention. This time around, their clever robot specializes in traditional Chinese medicines. It also carries out appropriate diagnostics and advises visitors on health issues. Also presented at this exhibition was a robot for non-contact extraction of swabs from the oral cavity. The robot has been and is actively working in hospitals all over China. Also in the medical world, this robot Metabot, which has fully proven its safety and performance in hospitals and clinics in Beijing, is designed for automatic blood samples, and it can pull it from the veins. The robot from Nurse Company uses infrared and ultrasound imaging to create a 3D image of the hand and find the closest and most convenient areas of the vein. It then injects a needle into the vein, removes the blood, and places it into a test tube for further examination. In the halls and corridors of the exhibition, there were robotic disinfectors from various manufacturers. They were able to treat surfaces around them and disinfect the air. Other robots were responsible for entertainment. For example, the Chinese robot Pongbot taught visitors how to play table tennis and was even able to play competitive matches with experienced players. And the robot artist Cytokane painted portraits of all volunteers in just 3 minutes. Cytokane was created by Shenzhen Academy of Robotics. The robot takes the client's photo, processes it, and creates a drawing with a black marker. Cytokane is designed for shopping malls and restaurants. It can both teach drawing skills and simply attract customers. At the fair, the company managed to sell 2 robotic artists at a price of $45,000 each. ZHZ TD220, a Chinese multifunctional drone of Zhonghengzai Science and Technology Company, was also illuminated at the exhibition. The helicopter-type drone is capable of taking off and landing in almost any conditions with maximum speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour or 75 miles an hour, and its range can go as far as 42 kilometers or 26 miles. However, due to the high price, the drone is in demand by only government organizations and agencies. 42 kilometers or 26 miles. However, due to the maximum speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour or 75 miles an hour, and its range can go as far as 42 kilometers or 26 miles. However, due to the high price, the drone is in demand by only government organizations and agencies. The Institute of Vehicles and Transportation of Tengsao University presented 6 unmanned vehicles at the exhibition. The cars were running on a predetermined route transporting passengers. The cars were able to independently plan a route, automatically bypass barriers, and perform other functions corresponding to the 4th level drones. High-tech giant ABB demonstrated 2 super capabilities of its YUMI robot. At the first stand, the company's robot was engaged in professional waste sorting. At the second booth, YUMI acted as a microbiologist capable of working in laboratories with conventional equipment. Bionic fish robots were swimming in swimming pools at the exhibition. Participated in the exhibition virtually because of the pandemic. Also at the fair, they presented virtual dressing rooms, which have long been gaining in popularity in the smart services market in shopping centers throughout China. But the robo-dogs from Ghost Robotics did not show up at the exhibition. They did show up in the promotional video of the American military pilots. Do you want to keep up to date with the latest and newest technology from around the world in robotics? Then definitely subscribe to this channel and stay up to date with all the news and videos.
up there. But I'm very, very satisfied with what I see so far. Don't get any ideas about doing this yourself yet. I have no idea how long this is actually going to last. This is a very, very big experiment. Lurking around the comments on the internet, it looks like I actually found some more information.
Hey guys, on this episode of Titan Trending, dead animal drone. His cat Orville after
Что тебе надо? Они себе так говорят. Что, типа, ни о чем. Что хорошие котики, я себе не так думаю. Что котики это хорошие, не знаю, как вранье, короче, забыл. Зубной щеткой. как это, ну, понимаю. Я не буду тебе говорить, ладно? Да. Самая добрая женщина — это самая, да, известная. Да. Надо говорить, не иди, не иди. Я тебе говорю, это не надо.
If you're thinking about changing your career, I really recommend you pick a career where you can change other people's lives, because in change
in which, and then two things happened. The first was, I noticed a part of the Supreme Court's travel ban opinion that discussed the Japanese American internment. That was a horrific moment in our history.
Кстати, это все заблокировано будет. Точно, я забыл. Я же забыл тебе сказать, это все
In which over 100,000 Japanese Americans had been interned in camps. My favorite person to challenge this scheme was Gordon Hirabayashi, a university history in which over the Japanese American internment. That was a horrific moment in our history in which over 100,000 Japanese Americans had been interned in camps. My favorite person to challenge this scheme was Gordon Hirabayashi, a University of Washington student. He turned himself in to the FBI, who said, look, you're a first-time offender, you can go home. And Gordon said, no, I'm a Quaker, I have to resist unjust laws. And so they arrested him and he was convicted. Gordon's case made it to the Supreme Court. And again, I'm going to do that thing where I quash any sense of anticipation you have and tell you what happened. Gordon lost. But he lost because of a simple reason. Because the Solicitor General, that top courtroom lawyer for the government, told the Supreme Court that the Japanese American internment was justified by military necessity. And that was so even though his own staff had discovered that there was no need for the Japanese American internment, and that the FBI and the intelligence community all believed that, and indeed that it was motivated by racial prejudice. His staff begged the Solicitor General, tell the truth, don't suppress evidence. What did the Solicitor General do? Nothing. He went in and told the military necessity story. And so the court, he went in and told the military necessity story. And so the court upheld Gordon Hirabayashi's conviction, and the next year upheld Fred Korematsu's internment. Now, why was I thinking about that? Because nearly 70 years later, internment. And the story. And so he went in and told the
Заключенный, короче, да? Военный необходимость. Убеждение.
the military necessity story. And so the court upheld Gordon Hirabayashi's conviction. And the next year, upheld Fred Korematsu's internment. Now, why was I thinking about that? Because nearly 70 years later, I got to hold the same office, head of the Solicitor General's office. And I got to set the record straight, explaining that the government had misrepresented the facts in the Japanese internment cases. And when I thought about the Supreme Court's travel ban opinion, I realized something. The Supreme Court, in that opinion, went out of its way to overrule the Korematsu case. Now, not only had the Justice Department said the Japanese internment was wrong, the Supreme Court said so too. That's a crucial lesson about arguments, timing. All of you, when you're arguing, have that important lever to play. When do you make your argument? You don't just need the right argument, you need the right argument at the right moment. When is it that your audience, a spouse, a boss, a child, is going to be most receptive? Now look, sometimes that's totally out of your control.